Welcome neighborhood fam. My neighbors was good. Hit that like, drop a share. Spread the word through the hood. Scripture Sundays at night. We break bread on the line. Zoom call Fridays, Saturdays. Words sharper than knives. Tapping face to face. Yeah, we linking on the block. Last Sunday every month, pull up built with the fly. If the spirit hit your chest, so arms, no cap. Send it cash app. Barack the water for that. I'm pushing graphics 50 flat. Unlimited flips. Turn around so quick like a brick in the projects. Yeah, them 10 commandment chains. Yeah, I'm serving the block. 1 for 10, 2 for 15. Double-sided come cop. It's ministry and hustle. We ain't playing no games. Plug in, show love, put respect on his name. Tawadaya Hawa, Tawadaya Hawa, Tawadaya Hawa, in the yard, what's his name? Tawadaya Hawa, Tawadaya Hawa, Tawadaya Hawa, in yard's his name. Welcome to the neighborhood. I pledge allegiance to the Bible of the house of Yahshua, for which it stands, one nation under Yahweh. I'll make it a lamp unto my feet and a light to my path. I will hide your word in my heart, that I may not sin against it. For in your word is freedom and redemption to the house of Yahshua. Yahweh, in the name of Yahushua, I pray and rebuke every spiritual curse that has come upon me. In my household, whether visible and or generous and less, let every chain be broken today, and let evil have no right to enter. Yahweh, I declare that our spouses, our children, and our families are covered by the blood of Yahushua. Build a spiritual wall of protection around us, so that no curse or tide or strife can enter our home. In Yahushua's name, Yah the Barak Yahweh.
Light it up and dedicate the flame. Neighborhood Hebrews, we rise in his name. From the struggle to the shine, never walk in vain. The Most High lit the path and the fire remain. The fire remain. And the fire remain. And the fire remain. They polluted our peace, tried to dim our glow. Sold truth for silver, let the covenant go. But we woke in the dark where the spark still flow. Purging every idol, let that weakness show. The Most High calling, time to cleanse inside. The temple's our body, no sin can hide. Light it up, we dedicate the flame. Neighborhood Hebrews, we rise in his name. From the struggle to the shine, never walk in vain. The Most High lit the path and the fire remains.
Hey y'all, it's the Feast of Dedication. It's time to get into it. Hanukkah, the Festival of Lights. So the feast begins on the 25th day of the 9th month, Kislev. The duration of the feast is 8 days. That's right, you get 8 whole days to celebrate the Most High, starting on the 16th and going all the way to the 23rd. So this feast commemorates the rededication of the temple after its desecration under Antiochus IV Epiphanes. So we're going to look first into the Apocrypha, First Maccabees, chapters 1 through 4, Second Maccabees, chapters 10. And then we're going over to the Torah and the prophets in Deuteronomy chapter 7, Nehemiah chapter 12, Second Chronicles chapter 7. We're going to jump into some writings out of Psalms chapter 1, going into the New Testament, John chapter 10, Romans chapter 12, 1 Corinthians chapter 3, Colossians chapter 3, and 1 Peter chapter 1. So the theme of this feast here is the Most High calls his people to remain holy, resist assimilation, and dedicate themselves fully to the Most High. So you got to stop assimilating to what these other people are doing. Do not go in the way of the heathen. So day 1, the threat to holiness. Let's read 1 Maccabees chapter 1.
Maccabees is a record of courage and faith, when righteous men rose against wicked rulers to defend the laws of the Most High. In a time of forced rebellion and defilement, they chose obedience, even unto death. This is their story. Chapter 1. And it happened, after that Alexander, son of Philip, the Macedonian, who came out of the land of Chetium, had smitten Darius king of the Persians and Medes, that he reigned in his stead, the first over Greece, and made many wars, and won many strongholds, and slew the kings of the earth, and went through to the ends of the earth, and took spoils of many nations, insomuch that the earth was quiet before him. Whereupon he was exalted, and his heart was lifted up, and he gathered a mighty strong host, and ruled over countries and nations and kings, who became tributaries unto him. And after these things he fell sick, and perceived that he should die. Wherefore he called his servants, such as were honorable, and had been brought up with him from his youth, and parted his kingdom among them, while he was yet alive. Alexander reigned 12 years, and then died. And his servants bare rule, everyone in his place. And after his death, they all put crowns upon themselves. So did their sons after them many years, and evils were multiplied in the earth. And there came out of them a wicked root, Antiochus, surnamed Epiphanes, son of Antiochus the king, who had been an hostage at Rome, and he reigned in the 137th year of the kingdom of the Greeks. In those days went there out of Israel wicked men, who persuaded many, saying, Let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us. For since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow. So this device pleased them well. Then certain of the people were so forward herein, that they went to the king, who gave them license to do after the ordinances of the heathen. Whereupon they built a place of exercise at Jerusalem, according to the customs of the heathen, and made themselves uncircumcised, and forsook the holy covenant, and joined themselves to the heathen, and were sold to do mischief. Now when the kingdom was established before Antiochus, he thought to reign over Egypt, that he might have the dominion of 2 realms. Wherefore he entered into Egypt with a great multitude, with chariots, and elephants, and horsemen, and a great navy, and made war against Ptolemy, king of Egypt. But Ptolemy was afraid of him, and fled, and many were wounded to death. Thus they got the strong cities in the land of Egypt, and he took the spoils thereof. And after that, Antiochus had smitten Egypt, he returned again in the 143rd year, and went up against Israel and Jerusalem with a great multitude, and entered proudly into the sanctuary, and took away the golden altar, and the candlestick of light, and all the vessels thereof, and the table of the shewbread, and the pouring vessels, and the vials, and the censers of gold, and the veil, and the crown, and the golden ornaments that were before the temple, all which he pulled off. He took also the silver and the gold, and the precious vessels. Also he took the hidden treasures which he found. And when he had taken all away, he went into his own land, having made a great massacre, and spoken very proudly. Therefore there was a great mourning in Israel, in every place where they were, so that the princes and elders mourned, the virgins and young men were made feeble, and the beauty of women was changed. Every bridegroom took up lamentation, and she that sat in the marriage chamber was in heaviness. The land also was moved for the inhabitants thereof, and all the house of Jacob was covered with confusion. And after 2 years fully expired, the king sent his chief collector of tribute unto the cities of Judah, who came unto Jerusalem with a great multitude, and spake peaceable words unto them. But all was deceit. For when they had given him credence, he fell suddenly upon the city, and smote it very sore, and destroyed much people of Israel. And when he had taken the spoils of the city, he set it on fire, and pulled down the houses and walls thereof on every side. But the women and children took they captive, and possessed the cattle. Then builded they the city of David, with a great and strong wall, and with mighty towers, and made it a strong hold for them, And they put therein a sinful nation, wicked men, and fortified themselves therein. They stored it also with armor and victuals, and when they had gathered together the spoils of Jerusalem, they laid them up there, and so they became a sore snare. For it was a place to lie in wait against the sanctuary, and an evil adversary to Israel. Thus they shed innocent blood on every side of the sanctuary, and defiled it, insomuch that the inhabitants of Jerusalem fled because of them. Whereupon the city was made an habitation of strangers, and became strange to those that were born in her, and her own children left her. Her sanctuary was laid waste like a wilderness, her feasts were turned into mourning, her Sabbaths into reproach, her honor into contempt. As had been her glory, so was her dishonor increased, and her excellency was turned into mourning. Moreover, King Antiochus wrote to his whole kingdom that all should be one people, and everyone should leave his laws. So all the heathen agreed, according to the commandment of the king. Yea, many also of the Israelites consented to his religion, and sacrificed unto idols, and profaned the Sabbath. For the king had sent letters by messengers unto Jerusalem and the cities of Judah, that they should follow the strange laws of the land, and forbid burnt offerings, and sacrifice, and drink offerings in the temple, and that they should profane the Sabbaths and festival days, and pollute the sanctuary and holy people, set up altars, and groves, and chapels of idols, and sacrifice swine's flesh and unclean beasts, that they should also leave their children uncircumcised, and make their souls abominable with all manner of uncleanness and profanation, to the end they might forget the law, and change all the ordinances. And whosoever would not do according to the commandment of the king, he said, he should die. In the selfsame manner wrote he to his whole kingdom, and appointed overseers over all the people, commanding the cities of Judah to sacrifice, city by city. Then many of the people were gathered unto them, to wit everyone that forsook the law, and so they committed evils in the land, and drove the Israelites into secret places, even wheresoever they could flee for succor. Now the 15th day of the month Caslow, in the 145th year, they set up the abomination of desolation upon the altar, and builded idol altars throughout the cities of Judah on every side, and burnt incense at the doors of their houses and in the streets. And when they had rent in pieces the books of the law which they found, they burnt them with fire. And whosoever was found with any, the book of the testament, or if any committed to the law, the king's commandment was that they should put him to death. Thus did they by their authority unto the Israelites every month, to as many as were found in the cities. Now the 5th and 20th day of the month, they did sacrifice upon the idol altar, which was upon the altar of God, at which time, according to the commandment, they put to death certain women that had caused their children to be circumcised. And they hanged the infants about their necks, and rifled their houses, and slew them that had circumcised them. Howbeit many in Israel were fully resolved and confirmed in themselves not to eat any unclean thing. Wherefore rather to die, that they might not be defiled with meats, and that they might not profane the holy covenant. So then they died. And there was very great wrath upon Israel.
First Maccabees chapter 1 opens with Alexander the Greek, or the Great, conquering much of the known world. After his death, his empire was divided, split, and from one of his successors came Antiochus Epiphanes, scoundrel, dirtbag, heathen, a wicked ruler who sought to erase Israel's identity. He forced our people to abandon the law, also the Sabbath, and circumcision, to follow Greek heathen customs and worship false gods. Many Israelites agreed, building gymnasiums and making covenants with the heathen. This is out of bounds and out of pocket. This is exactly what Jeremiah chapter 10 was talking about, y'all. While the faithful remnant resisted, Antiochus then invaded Jerusalem. And here he robbed the temple and defiled it by setting up an idol and offering swine's flesh. Leviticus chapter 11 already told y'all what we're not supposed to do. Turning the Most High Yahweh sanctuary into a place of abomination, trash. These acts of desecration and persecution provoked righteous Israelites to flee into the mountains and sparked the Maccabean revolt, which was led by Mattathias and his sons. You already know what to do. So when somebody says you got that Maccabean spirit in you, you know what time it is. Their victory later led to the cleansing and rededication of the temple, which became known as the Feast of Dedication, or the Festival of Lights. In the rededication, we light candles called Hanukkah, which is also mentioned in John chapter 10 and verse 22. So in 1 Maccabees chapter 1, this shows how disobedience and assimilation brought defilement, while repentance and zeal for the law restored holiness to the house of Yahweh. So let's read Deuteronomy chapter 7.
Deuteronomy 7. When the Lord thy God shall bring thee into the land whither thou goest to possess it, and hath cast out many nations before thee, the Hittites, and the Girgashites, and the Amorites, and the Canaanites, and the Perizzites, and the Hivites, and the Jebusites, 7 nations greater and mightier than thou, and when the Lord thy God shall deliver them before thee, thou shalt smite them, and utterly destroy them. Thou shalt make no covenant with them, nor show mercy unto them. Neither shalt thou make marriages with them. Thy daughter thou shalt not give unto his son, nor his daughter shalt thou take unto thy son. For they will turn away thy son from following me, that they may serve other gods. So will the anger of the Lord be kindled against you, and destroy thee suddenly. But thus shall ye deal with them. Ye shall destroy their altars, and break down their images, and cut down their groves, and burn their graven images with fire. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth. The Lord did not set his love upon you, nor choose you, because ye were more in number than any people, for ye were the fewest of all people. But because the Lord loved you, and because he would keep the oath which he had sworn unto your fathers, hath the Lord brought you out with a mighty hand, and redeemed you out of the house of bondmen, from the hand of Pharaoh king of Egypt. Know therefore that the Lord thy God, he is God, the faithful God, which keepeth covenant and mercy with them that love him, and keep his commandments, to 1,000 generations, and repayeth them that hate him to their face, to destroy them. He will not be slack to him that hateth him, he will repay him to his face. Thou shalt therefore keep the commandments, and the statutes, and the judgments, which I command thee this day, to do them. Wherefore it shall come to pass, if ye hearken to these judgments, and keep and do them, that the Lord thy God shall keep unto thee the covenant and the mercy, which he sware unto thy fathers. And he will love thee, and bless thee, and multiply thee. He will also bless the fruit of thy womb, and the fruit of thy land, thy corn, and thy wine, and thine oil, the increase of thy kine, and the flocks of thy sheep, in the land which he sware unto thy fathers to give thee. Thou shalt be blessed above all people. There shall not be male or female barren among you, or among your cattle. And the Lord will take away from thee all sickness, and will put none of the evil diseases of Egypt, which thou knowest, upon thee, but will lay them upon all them that hate thee. And thou shalt consume all the people which the Lord thy God shall deliver thee. Thine eyes shall have no pity upon them, neither shalt thou serve their gods, for that will be a snare unto thee. If thou shalt say in thine heart, These nations are more than I, how can I dispossess them? Thou shalt not be afraid of them, but shalt well remember what the Lord thy God did unto Pharaoh, and unto all Egypt, the great temptations which thine eyes saw, and the signs, and the wonders, and the mighty hand, and the stretched out arm, whereby the Lord thy God brought thee out. So shall the Lord thy God do unto all the people of whom thou art afraid. Moreover, the Lord thy God will send the hornet among them, until they that are left, and hide themselves from thee, be destroyed. Thou shalt not be affrighted at them, for the Lord thy God is among you, a mighty God, and terrible. And the Lord thy God will put out those nations before thee by little and little. Thou mayest not consume them at once, lest the beasts of the field increase upon thee. But the Lord thy God shall deliver them unto thee, and shall destroy them with a mighty destruction, until they be destroyed. And he shall deliver their kings into thine hand, and thou shalt destroy their name from under heaven. There shall no man be able to stand before thee, until thou have destroyed them. The graven images of their gods shall ye burn with fire. Thou shalt not desire the silver or gold that is on them, nor take it unto thee, lest thou be snared therein. For it is an abomination to the Lord thy God. Neither shalt thou bring an abomination into thine house, lest thou be a cursed thing like it. But thou shalt utterly detest it, and thou shalt utterly abhor it, for it is a cursed thing.
A holy and chosen people. We are a chosen nation, set apart by the Most High from all other people. Now Moses, he commands the Israelites, he commanded us not to make covenants, marriages, or alliances with the surrounding nations, because doing so would lead them into idolatry. This is why. And destroy at that time, holiness. Instead, they were to tear down all the pagan altars, break all the images, and burn graven idols, purging the land of all uncleanness. Now see, Yahweh, he promises that if we keep his customs, his covenants, his laws, he will show mercy, bless our offspring, increase our land, and remove sickness from among all of our people. But you know there's a but. There's always a but. But if they turn to false gods of these other nations that we're not supposed to be in agreement with, destruction will follow us. This is the problem. What we see today, this is what's going on. because we so busy chasing and following after other nations that it leads us into despair and destruction. So this chapter, it connects to the Feast of Dedication because both center on purification and separation from idolatry. Just as Israel was told to destroy the heathen idols in Canaan and remain loyal to the Most High Yahweh by himself, none else, the Maccabees later cleansed and rededicated the temple after it had been polluted by Greek idols. So Deuteronomy 7, it lays the foundation for the spirit behind the feast. Cleansing yourself, moving yourself away from these people. So basically it was to remove defilement, renew covenant obedience, and dedicate ourselves again to Yahweh as his set apart people. This is the whole purpose of everything. This is why we're supposed to do what we're supposed to be doing. Y'all understand and focus in. This is what the whole feast is about. This is why we're supposed to stay connected, stay locked in, and always stay focused on the Most High. Make sure that you come back to the Most High, not living a lie. So let's read Psalm chapter 1.
Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in his law doth he meditate day and night. And he shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water, that bringeth forth his fruit in his season. His leaf also shall not wither, and whatsoever he doeth shall prosper. The ungodly are not so, but are like the chaff which the wind driveth away. Therefore, the ungodly shall not stand in the judgment, nor sinners in the congregation of the righteous. For the Lord knoweth the way of the righteous, but the way of the ungodly shall perish.
Psalm chapter 1 describes the clear difference between the righteous and the wicked, showing the mindset required for anyone who is truly dedicated to Yahweh. The righteous man refuses to walk in the counsel of the ungodly, stand in the path of sinners, or sit among the scornful. Instead, he delights in the law of Yahweh and meditates on it day and night. Because of that faithfulness, he becomes like a tree planted. He's firm, fruitful, and enduring through every season, like that strong tree. In contrast, the wicked are unstable and will be blown away like shadows. Yahweh knows and favors the path of the righteous, but the way of the ungodly will perish. This ties directly to the Feast of Dedication, because the feast represents being spiritually rooted, unmoved by wicked influence, and rededicated to living by Yahweh's laws. Just as the righteous man in Psalm chapter 1 separates himself from corruption and thrives through obedience. The Israelites in the time of the Maccabees separated from Greek wickedness, cleansed the temple, and renewed their covenant. Psalm chapter 1 therefore captures the heart of dedication to stand apart. Stay grounded in Torah, the law, and let righteousness flourish while all ungodliness is removed. It's the whole point of rededicating. You have to cleanse the temple, get things right, stay focused on the light. Where in our lives do we compromise holiness for convenience? Today, many people compromise holiness for convenience, the same way our ancestors did. We often blend into worldly culture, trying to fit in. How do we do that? By celebrating pagan holidays, Christmas, Thanksgiving, Halloween, and such, so on and so forth. Following these trends or staying silent about truth to avoid standing out. You don't want to lose your benefits. You don't want to lose your job. You don't want to lose your friends. So we choose jobs, relationships, or lifestyles that actually go against Yahweh's order because they feel easier or more profitable. That's right, because you want to stick with your money, right? Or stick with your friends. In this digital age, our idols have become entertainment, social media, and self-gratification. Y'all know what it is, all them selfies that you're taking, which quietly pollute our inner temple. This is the issue, y'all. And we got to come back to the Most High feasts and the civil feasts that are given in our culture in the Bible. So the Feast of Dedication reminds us to purify our lives, just as the Maccabees purified the temple. to remove anything that defiles, return to obedience, and stay rooted in Yahweh's word, even when it's inconvenient. See, true dedication, and nowadays, 2025, means choosing holiness over comfort, truth over popularity, and covenant identity over cultural acceptance. We cannot be one with the world and one with the word, not at the same time. You're going to cause confusion, which is what the Most High is not all about. So today, you guys need to understand that. So day one, let this be a reminder. I hope that all the scriptures we read today infuse y'all as y'all go into y'all feast and enjoy each other. Make sure that y'all get confessions in, testimonies. Make sure that you also help each other. Be merciful to one another. But also make sure that you keep tight to the line of following the Most High. Because when we drift away and we still think that we deserve something, you have not fully dedicated yourself back to the Most High's word. Shalom, shalom. Peace, grace, and mercy, y'all. See y'all tomorrow.
Light it up, and dedicate the flame. Neighborhood Hebrews, we rise in his name. From the struggle to the shine, never walk in vain. The Most High lit the path and the fire remain. The fire remain. And the fire remain. And the fire remain. They polluted our peace, tried to dim our glow. Sold truth for silver, let the covenant go. But we woke in the dark where the spark still flow. Purging every idol, let that weakness show. The Most High calling, time to cleanse inside. The temple's our body, no sin can hide. Light it up, rededicate the flame. Neighborhood Hebrews, we rise in his name. From the struggle to the shine, never walk in vain. The Most High lit the path and the fire remains.